Well, the State of Manufacturing Survey 2010 was the second annual survey of Minnesota manufacturers. It's a scientific survey done by Public Opinion Strategies, which also does the Wall Street Journal, NBC polling. It was a phone interview, as I said, 400 manufacturers, but this year we added 100 in the Southwest region to dig a little deeper into the regionalization. Additionally, we had 13 focus groups. Last year we had 6, so the momentum of wanting to know what's going on in manufacturing, the opportunities and challenges that the manufacturers, small and large, see, was really what was behind it, and secondarily to bring visibility to those opportunities and challenges to the citizens of Minnesota and across the United States, because there's been some following even at the federal government as to what's going on at this survey, as they need this as kind of a climate thermometer for the economic development of the manufacturing community. One of the beauties of the second survey is that we have some comparison to 2009. And certainly from 2009 to 2010, about 15 months have passed since those surveys were completed. And there is a greater optimism, though it's guarded. I think instead of being almost totally cloudy, it's partly sunny, and people see the return of some of their skilled workers, also some of their customers. And I think what's really important is the companies that got back on the reinvesting track early last spring are starting to see new customers, new markets, and new products help them get out of the economic recovery. So, you know, partly sunny versus cloudy a year ago would be the way I'd say they see it. Well, the changes from 2009 to 2010 are obvious in a couple areas. One, in 2009 we actually did the survey in November of 2008, and then it came out in early February, so there's about 15 months difference. This is really a great thermometer because we've been through 15 months of mostly down and some up. But I think some of the details behind the questions are that healthcare is still a big issue, maybe a bigger issue today than it was 15 months ago. 15 months ago, financing and tight credit was not seen as a large issue, though some of the executives in our focus group predicted that it would become an issue, and it did become an issue. And this year, both in our focus groups and in the survey, it was much more of a contentious topic to talk about. Is it the bank's issue? Is it the government's issue? Is it the economy's issue? Is it the companies themselves that are struggling? Is it their issue? So that topic certainly came out stronger. And the third topic that is much, much stronger this year is skilled workers and the aging workforce. Last year, of course, going into the downturn, there wasn't much concern about that. This year, we're starting to hear of the challenge of finding the right kind of skilled workers to upgrade their business, and also that the aging workforce continues to march, and some of those people that really had the knowledge in their head are going to retire, and so that is a bigger concern this year versus 2009. Well, the survey is very important for a number of reasons, and I'd say it's important because of all the citizens of the state of Minnesota, surrounding states, because what we find out here in Minnesota is really relevant to all the surrounding states in the Midwest, because the manufacturing base is pretty similar. But it's also important to parents, students, elected officials to understand how important this part of our economy is. Manufacturers as a whole are about 15% of the wages and 12% of the employment, so they pay above the average wage. And the kind of people that they're looking to bring back as this economy recovers probably are even more highly paid, because they're looking for a more educated workforce. So it's important that parents understand that there are opportunities. And I think what this also replaces is that mindset that the old-fashioned definition of manufacturing. It's very high technology, all the way from very large parts that go into very sophisticated multi-million-dollar agricultural products to products that you need a microscope to see for medical device. So it's a very high value-added manufacturing in the state of Minnesota, and it's important for all citizens, whatever their walk is, to understand the value of manufacturing in the state. This survey raises the visibility to a very, very high degree. Well, I guess my final thoughts would be that we could never bring this survey to being without a tremendous number of partners. Again, this year, RJF Agency, who is very well known in the small, medium-sized manufacturers for their health and risk management insurance. Larson Allen, who's known in the consulting and accounting as a great supporter of manufacturing. Granite Equity is a new partner this year who owns a number of small manufacturers and is always looking to invest in more and help grow them. And then the Center for Rural Policy and Development, an organization that's a nonprofit that does a lot of research on greater Minnesota. Combined with some regional and focus group sponsors, we had over 17 organizations step up and help us put this together. So it couldn't be done without it, but it also spreads the network of influence to people who maybe weren't aware of the value of manufacturing prior to that. So the partners are very, very important to it. And what's really going to be fun about it is we have the opportunity to take the final published report to our congressional delegation in Washington and share it with them and get some federal exposure to the value of manufacturing in the state of Minnesota. So together, a tremendous partnership and greater visibility for the value of manufacturing, and it's exciting to be a part of that.